Hi there, this is Matt with State of Flux, here with another one of my DC reviews. Sorry it's taken me so long to get one of these back up and running again. I'd hoped to have the entire lineup done by the time Joker 2 came out in theaters, but the true fact is, it took me a long time to get through Stardust. This is a film that I saw one time before, back around the time it first came out, and I liked it, but I wasn't blown away. And this title is somewhat misleading. I don't think it's truly boring, but I tried starting it several times, and I couldn't seem to get past the first 20-ish minutes. Once it does the time jump from a fucking Caspian to Daredevil, I couldn't really, keep myself invested in the movie, and I don't know why it was. But finally, it happened. About a week ago, I was able to successfully get past that first 20-minute chunk, and what I discovered is that the film is pretty okay. It's about as good as I remember, with some gleaming, shining bits of quality here and there. I do want to talk about the qualities first. First of all, I like fantasy, and this film is quite fantastic all throughout. And it does the Harry Potter thing where it's kind of in our own world, but also just not at the same time. However, Harry Potter hides it a little better than this film does. And just in general, Neil Gaiman's approach to storytelling isn't always for me, specifically when it comes to his more fantastic things. He's written some things that I really, really quite like. Obviously, I'm a big fan of Sandman. I think Coraline, the book particularly, is fantastic. And I like some of his stuff that he did with Batman, particularly with the character of Poison Ivy. But most of his other ones, Annecy Boys and American Gods and stuff like that, I've never truly loved. And this kind of falls into that place where it's stuff I can appreciate, but the way he unfolds the story just isn't for me. However, I'm always still engaged because he'll pluck out a genuinely interesting character to keep me invested. And here, that character was Robert De Niro's pirate character, who comes in just at the right time in the film when I was beginning to kind of hop off, and he brings and infuses just that much life to keep you there. It's similar to the use of how Han Solo shows up in Star Wars, where one could feasibly start losing interest. That character shows up just to liven everything up and pull everything back again. So there is that. I think it's pretty well cast. I do like Charlie Cox in this film. I think he is a good actor, and I was surprised to see how many people are in this, like Superman's in it as well, Henry Cavill, which was neat seeing all these people. Back when I first saw it, I was like, the biggest stars in this are Michelle Pfeiffer, Robert De Niro, and Claire Danes, who just got done fighting a Terminator. But now, Claire Danes is all but a footnote in film history, sadly. I think she's a tremendous actress, and I would love to see more of her. And this film did kind of reignite that interest I have in her. But, like I say, I think the fantasy elements of the film are good. The story just unfolds in a way that I'm not, super into. And, yeah, and then it was also weird that I started watching this again as, all the stuff is coming out about Neil Gaiman, who has a problematic life, to say the least. And seeing how it's just not traditionally, shown in his work, but there is quite a bit of, problematic material with love interest throughout this, where it's as it's happening now and unfolding, I'm seeing it a little bit here, but I don't know if it's just because of what's happening now. Anyway, side tangent. This, needless to say, was based on a DC comic, and one that I've never read, so I don't know how close to the comics it is captured, but If you like fantasy and you want something that's fantasy, this is a serviceable film. I think you'll have a good time if you can get past that first 20 minutes. And the story unfolds in an unusual way, but there's just kind of enough there to pull you in until it gets really interesting, especially with the reveal of Michelle Pfeiffer's character and what she's trying to do. And also Stardust herself with Claire Danes' character really picks up the tempo of the film. But yeah, my friends, when this first came out, absolutely loved it. And I hear, if you are a Neil Gaiman fan, or had been, you will totally love this movie. His work never spoke to me the way it spoke to so many others. But if you vibe with his shit, you're gonna love the fuck out of this movie. But yeah, so the next DC film is going to be much more traditional DC, and it's weird that I got hung up on this little thing that isn't even really DC. But we are next tackling Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight. So stay tuned for that review in the coming week or so, I hope. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Peace.